So right now I'm cleaning the face with Sea Breeze and an alcohol wipe. And then I go ahead and moisturize the face. I do use a Bobbi Brown moisturizer. And then I also use a Charlotte Tilbury moisturizer to moisturize the face. I just use a regular flat foundation brush to get it all over the face. And then I also go ahead and prime the face with Milk Grip Primer. And I use the same flat foundation brush to get all over the face. I then go ahead and use the Anastasia Brow Freeze to shape the brows and place them in the shape I want them, freeze them. So it's like a gel. And then after that, I go ahead and start foundation. I'm using NARS. And then I just use a concealer brush to place the foundation everywhere, all over the face. And then right now I'm just checking to make sure the color goes with it. It's the right color match. And you just want to go soft when you do this, just so the product is not going on the brush, but more so it's going onto the face. So I just go ahead and place the foundation all over her face. Then once I blend everything, I just go over it once. You want to make sure you don't go so much under the eye because you will be placing concealer under the eye. When I do place my concealer, I use Tarte Shape. I start with the chin, go on the upper lip. I then go ahead to the forehead and bring a thin line down the middle of the nose. I then go ahead under the eye as well. And I go all the way to the middle of the cheek, all the way to the end of the face on both sides. Then you go ahead and blend all the foundation. Well, I mean all of the concealer. Then this is me go ahead and do my nose contour. You want to use a concealer that's 2 shades darker and just even out that line. Bring it all the way up to the eyebrows and just blending it in as well. I then just go ahead, make sure all the concealer is blended in before I set it. When I do set the face, I do use a Laura Mercier translucent powder. I use that for all shades. You just want to go ahead, start with the chin, up to the forehead, and just blend and set. This is me just going under the eye one more time before I set under the eye, just to make sure that it's full coverage with the concealer. And then I just go ahead and set. I set the eyes the last. And then I just go over the face again, making sure everything is set. And then I just place some powder on the line on the nose. And this is me just putting some bronzer as well, starting with the forehead, bringing it down to the cheeks. And then this is me continuing, just adding some blush. Then you want to go ahead and set the nose as well. Just baking the nose, cleaning it up a little bit. Then this is me doing the eyebrows. I start with the bottom of the brows. I create a line and then I go to the top and connect it, and then I fill it in. And then I do the same thing to the other side as well. Just want to make sure you outline, and then fill. Do the same thing and then fill the brows in. And then once I fill it in, I do go ahead and conceal under. I do not conceal the top. That's why I did use that brow freeze, just so all the hairs would stay down. And then you just conceal, and then you bring the concealer all the way to the bottom of the eyelid. And then you want to go ahead and do that to each side. And I did use for the concealer that I used for the face, That's the same shade I used for the eyelids. And this is me just blending out the concealer, and you want to make sure you set it as well. So this, I just get some little bit of translucent powder and just place it on the setting brush, and then I go ahead and just put it on there. And then this is me doing the eyeshadow. I am using the James Charles palette, and just use a light brown. I always start with a brown as my base for my eyeshadow. It doesn't matter what color I use. I just use a brown that's similar to the bronze color. And then this is me going in with like a dark burgundy for the crease. And this is me putting concealer in the middle of the eyelid because I will be placing a darker color right there. So that's me going to add in a pink, and then I'm adding it, but then I go back and blend it. You want to blend it so it doesn't have a harsh line, and you just go back and forth blending it so it looks more naturally even, that the color correlates with each other. You just blend, blend, blend. And then I just clean up the powder under the eye. So just remember, whatever you do to the top of the eyelid, you need to do to the bottom. I'm just adding some liner. So I do, this is her, she's just tearing up because I did add some liner. Just want to make sure you hurry up and go with a Q-tip, because that can mess up the eye. So what you do to the top, you do to the bottom. So I'm just adding the same shadows to the bottom. I did go ahead and add the lashes off camera, but this is me going ahead outlining the lips. You always want to remember, use a lighter brown for the lighter shade clients. I'm just outlining the lip. I'm using a MAC cork. Just want to clean up the line. I did mess up a little, so I did have to conceal that line a little bit and blend it. And then you want to go ahead and blend out the liner. I did just add a pink gloss. You just want to make sure that they pop. Use a brush to go ahead and blend it all out. Just keep going till you feel like everything's even and it has that ombre effect. I am wiping all the powder out that I did to carve the face out on the nose and the chin. And then you just want to go with a foundation color powder and just clean up the face. It did end up dying, but just make sure you set the face with setting spray and you're all good to go.